Sure. That's nice. You know what? I actually am going to take one more shot because why not? Only an hour and a half late as far as chronology goes. Actually, I think I'll have a shot of tequila. Why not? Yeah, well, this is still. I didn't think to check this earlier. Looks like it stills rather well. Whoa. Man, it is nice having pictures of hot chicks just all over the place here. It really is. I can't wait to do the rest of this fucking installation. Got my tape, got my waterproof and stuff. Oh yeah, it's gonna be great. Awesomeness. I forgot that actually probably would hell heat too. Hang on, let me check something. This is what I do during shows. I do other shit in the background, so and you guys can listen to it. Winter is coming. Jesus Christ. It must be an actual early time. Fuck, well, it's holding up, that's for sure. Oh, probably turning the fucking fans on. So, you know, we do it all live. Everything I do here is live. Well, it's just a program. And if you're in this particular area, the men's room, mensroomlive.com, they will be doing live a day. Now they're obviously not going to be able to do it, you know, with actual people there because God forbid, you know, have people actually look at each other in real person, you know, with or without a mask. But they're going to attempt it, and they're doing it in their own way. I got to respect this, you know. Their first live day was, it didn't have a studio audience. It was just them. They had all the people in studio and all that stuff. And this time they're doing it, you know, and the other two, like they did it in one, two. This is their fifth one, I think. They did it in 3 separate casinos. And so they're doing this on a virtual scale. So, you know, all the people who do the sound effects, they had like a barbershop quartet. They have bands. The first time they did it, they had it just in studio. So everyone was still in the same room, but obviously they're not going to be able to do that this time. So they're doing it basically their own way. Jesus Christ. This is not sharp at all. This thing should be razor sharp. It's not. Okay. This is my first thing from Mantello that I've tested that does not work. Good to know. This did, though. There you go. The V cutter works. I got some cigar tools. I got it for this specific cigar. What is this? Blended K. Hansothia. It's some age, something that's like aged for 15 years or something. And it's from, God, what do you call it? You know, I think this one's just super tough or something. I think that's the case. Although this should be a lot sharper. I shouldn't be able to see the fucking edge. Jesus. All right. Well, let's try the punch. Wrong end. I'm just gonna pull that off. I think. Well, I think that's what it was meant to do. Yeah, I think I'm using this on the wrong type of cigar. Okay, it's probably me that's fucking up. All right, I shall withhold my judgment until a later date. But yeah, that's something that's going to be worth tuning in. So I think, what was it? What was it? A couple Tuesdays? Let me check my calendar. I've already got it on November. Nice. It's on a Tuesday, so what? November 16th, I think. All right, cool. So go tune in to them. Well, that just toasted the edges. Age 15 years. Jesus Christ. And guess what I'm pairing it with? If you guess Franzia's Merlot, you win a prize. And also, I don't know if you even want to win that prize. I've been exploring the world of box wine. I want to know what my my contemporaries who are going to be single into their 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, whatever, what they're going to be drinking and how good is this? And turns out so far it hasn't been too bad. I mean, it's not top dollar. This isn't Stag's Leap we're drinking here. This isn't Screaming Eagle. I mean, but it's passable. Merlot, dry red wine with blackberry or raspberry aromas. I can get down with that. My favorite type of wine, by the way, is Zinfandel. I have not seen that from Franzi or whatever, but it's basically that, but a little bit more fruity actually. But it's basically that, both like black pepper taste. Like it's spicy. So if you want to give me something good, give me a Zinfandel. Yeah, basically as advertised. See the color on this. Very nice ruby red. I'm drinking on my professional wine glass. Yeah, I mean, not bad. If you're gonna drink cheap wine, Francis is not bad. I'm not gonna badmouth it. I just am not. Yeah, let's pair it with a fucking 15-year-old fucking cigar. Why not? Hey, it's Halloween after all. Yeah, I decided to try to work today. By the way, smoke moving nice and smoothly out of the exhaust that I've built here. Figured out what happened last night. Yes, I did a show last night. It's not up yet. It will be up by tomorrow evening. I had a lot of other things going on today. But yeah, I had trouble with the smoke not clearing out as fast as it should be. Turns out I forgot to open up the intake. Kind of important if you want to have an exhaust. You know, just for you guys who haven't dealt with air conditioning or air or anything like that. Just a little bit of FYI. This is a nice cigar. I like it. Now, as I'm speaking here, it's 1:40. Yes, that's way past Boomer Nick's BoomerNickShoelander.com. I'm sure that's his new URL. Man, this really feels nice in my hand too. I like it. So he goes to sleep at like 7 in the afternoon or something. Now, I shouldn't be doing a show tonight, but yet here I am. The reason I'm doing this show is, well, let me tell you how the day went. I woke up actually pretty fucking late. I woke up to my Liberal buddy asking if, I could go join her for a bike ride, in which that got moved to, well, later today, given the time. It ended up being a better time. But I got quite a few things done around here. I got things pretty cleaned up. And the reason I did it was because I had planned to go out tonight. I had planned to, have this time being the last call. Right? It's usually when it happens about one. Actually, the last call actually usually happens about 1:25, 1:30 or so. In most places, here in Washington State, and also in California, most of the West Coast, last call is at 2 o'clock. I think the only place that's not true is, I think, Florida, Miami specifically. But they do it early. So right around now, 1:43, 1:45, whatever, that's when they would say, okay, we're done, we're not serving, and start. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here, basically. And they try to, that's just to get ahead of whatever limitations there are. So usually I'll be in a bar, maybe one that's around the corner. There's actually quite a few around the corner. Juan is awake. What the hell are you doing up? Welcome. I guess I'll fill the number in, actually. Oh, yeah, well, we're almost to the 15-minute mark. I'll go ahead and throw it in a little bit early. This is a call-in show, wide open phones. So if you would like to call in, if you have something you want to talk about, feel free to call in. This is a call-in program. The number is as follows. I hope you have a tablet and chisel ready to go. You're going to need it. The number is 253-3 397 8430. That is 253 397 8430. That is 253 397 8430. Maybe you have a spooky story you want to tell. I definitely have one if you've looked at the title. But go ahead and call in. Talk about whatever you want. This is Wide Open Phones after all. Glad to see Juan is still alive. Juan, follow him on, what is it, underscore Lou415, I think. He woke up out of nowhere. I scared you awake. That's what happened. This is why I sparked the cigar. I wasn't going to do it because I was going to save this for Nick August's show. Nick August, follow him on, by the way, his blog, nickaugust.xyz. His magazine, punchriot.com. Then his YouTube channel. Go there. This Tuesday, I will be part of this. I think Joe Dole will be part of it. Safety Doc, safetypsg.com. He'll be part of this. And God knows whoever else is there. Team Let 'em Burn, Rob Says, or robsays.net. Bull Rush, Etsy.com/shop/Lazarus Razors. Get a fucking razor from him. We'll be doing Apocalypse Bingo. So make sure you tune into that. It's going to be one hell of a show. Just throwing that out there. If anyone's listening to this before the, November 3rd, I think it starts at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let me put that number in the chat. Hang on. There we go. I think I put it in. Yeah. I don't know. I need a fucking ashtray. Juan, you want to send me a Christmas gift? Send me an ashtray. I usually just dump the ashes into the sink that's nearby. That's a requirement for my my studios. They have to have a sink nearby. You have to have running water and what is it? Not sewage, garbage, whatever the fuck it's called. I guess it's sewage. What happens after the water leaves and goes in the drain? You have to have a drain. And so that's so the ashes have somewhere to go. I forgot what I was talking about. Long story short, buddy hits me up, says, hey, do you want to go for a bike ride? And we reschedule that for tomorrow because that's a better day. I go surprise the folks. They have things set up so they can go, what do you call it? They can go, or maybe not go, that's the wrong word. They're set up to have trick-or-treaters come up, and what they did was they had like a couple of strings of like 100 bags of candy. And it's for the whole social distancing thing. They're just they don't care about it, but they're doing it for the other people who may or may not care about it. That cigar is good, but I'm having a hard time taking a pull through it. starting to stay lit now. But they're all kinds of worried of, not getting any trick-or-treaters, no kids going out there. They're going to be afraid of the Rona. The parents would be afraid of the Rona, all this bullshit. And I kind of gave them a briefing of what I've been talking about, this being wartime, what happened to me, what, I've been witnessing, what Joe Dolio, tactical-wisdom.com has been witnessing, safetyphd.com has been witnessing. And at least they're starting to take it seriously. I can't speak for everyone else, but at least they're taking it seriously. I got to hand it to them as far as that goes. But yeah, luckily, as by the time I was leaving, and I told them this, like they were worried, they weren't going to get anybody. But I told them, look, it's still daylight out. Most trick-or-treating stuff, that happens, when it's dark out. That happens when the sun goes down. So just give it a moment. This Merlot is holding up pretty well, by the way. Yeah, sure enough, again, I always end up being right. Nope. Right when I was getting ready, the kids start showing up, parents start showing up, all that stuff. So they're very happy about that. Giving out a lot more candy than they thought they would. I'm honestly that. I'm honestly happy to see that. And thing that really made me happy, gives me more hope for the area that they live in. Aside from the first 2 or 3 visitors there, the trick-or-treaters, unless it was for their costume, none of them were wearing masks. None of them. They weren't wearing the face diapers. And that's what they really wanted to see. I don't like seeing the fucking... I mean, it's one thing if the adults or something want to wear the face diapers. That's one thing. But making the fucking kids wear them? It's like, Jesus Christ. That shit imprints on their fucking, on their upbringing, on their memories, growing up. That's going to be etched into their childhood. And they didn't ask for all this bullshit to happen. They just kind of happened to be born. That kind of comes with the territory of being a kid, in case you were wondering. This is a nice cigar, but it's having trouble staying lit. That's the problem. But I decided to go to work tonight, and at my previous stance, I'm not going to work on Halloween. I'm not going to work on Thanksgiving. I ain't working on Thanksgiving no matter what, unless you pay me like, I don't know, $200 or something ahead of time, and that's after I go visit the family. I'm not working Thanksgiving. There's no point. The whole center of Thanksgiving is fucking eating. But as far as Halloween goes, nobody's ordering. Everybody's out. They're going to bars. They're going to restaurants. They're out trick or treating. They're going to parties. Nobody's really ordering in. Ask me how I know. I barely covered my fucking gas the last time I fucking did it. So no. Then, of course, there was the incident where I didn't go in. You know, I decided to go on a brewery tour, which ended spectacularly horribly with the cherry on top, going to the last brewery trying to get food because they have a kitchen on and stuff. Having the kitchen was closed because it was late and no one was there. And then my ex shows up with her new fucking boyfriend, who I later found out was the boyfriend that helped her move her shit out of my old place. Well, I'm pretty sure she'd been on the fucking ski slopes or something and probably slept with on one of those excursions she went on. So if you're wondering why I have such a negative idea about Halloween, you know, there's a couple of reasons there. I could either work and not make money, or I could not work and try to enjoy myself, and then find my ex with her new pussy, semen receiver replacement. But I looked at the calendar this time. I was like, you know what? I had my hopes up a bit. Now, both of those other ones, I think they were both on Thursdays or Wednesdays or something like that. They were on weekdays. So obviously not the best time to go out for a holiday. But this one is not only, it's on a Saturday, again, on a full moon, just like the 4th of July was. And it's a blue moon. So I'm thinking, you know what? It's a long stretch, but I'm going to give it a fucking shot. I'm going to actually try to go out. I know about the whole mask bullshit. I've gotten around it because of my own costume, quote unquote. By the way, I've been getting quite the compliments on what I've been rocking. And the best part, telling them it's not a costume. Everything I'm wearing is functional. I have a cape that's fire and waterproof. I have a mask that's, well, let's just put it this way. It's working better than these fucking medical shit that everyone wants to wear. Not let alone the fucking face diapers that came out of fucking nowhere. By the way, I wish I had gotten ahead of the curve rather, and invested in that. I probably would have made quite a bit. Man, we have all these regulations, but you know what? It's Halloween. And I want to see if I can bring someone back. I even cleaned up my place a little bit. Not just for me, but hey, make it a little bit more presentable. So I did that. And guess what? Well, I went to visit my family. They were doing their thing, and I went into work. I had somebody tell me that through the new company I'm working with, the old company, that's where I knew there was no point going in. I said, yeah, last year, whatever, Halloween was super fucking busy, whatever. So okay, I'll try it. I could use the money. So why not give it a shot? And pretty much what I would have predicted would have happened with my old company pretty much happened with this one. With the exception, I actually did get quite a few orders. With one, again, let me tell you this one. This happened the last time. California twice now. at one order where addresses seemed a little off. Talk about the first one. And it's one of those, like, the GPS is not picking it up. It's not seeing anything local. It's kind of wonked out, so I'm typing in manually. I'm doing this thing to try to pinpoint it, and I do it. So I find it, and I'm looking at the format of how does it, their letters or their numbers. Are there single numbers for apartment buildings, in this complex, or are they triple numbers, double numbers, whatever? And they're not matching, and so I'm calling like, what's going on? I remember the first time this happens, it turns out again, I work in Seattle. They're in Oakland. If you don't know where Oakland is, that's the other major city that's in the San Francisco area where Juan was, or is rather. And I still have that screenshot saved somewhere. I was like, okay, you guys want to cancel this order? Because I don't know, if you want to reroute me, what was that, 2,700 miles round trip? Well, okay, I'll do it. Not 2,700. What would that be? San Francisco, I think that's 900 miles from here. Be 1,800 miles. You want to reroute that fucking far? Okay. It's going to take me a minute to get there. Yeah, that didn't get fixed. That happened today. And what happened was I went to U District. That's the college town in Seattle. Pick up an order from there, and I'm driving around, and it's real close, and then it takes me a minute to figure out. By the way, almost hit some fucking retard woman, but I repeat myself, who just walked out in the fucking crosswalk while, I'm navigating doing other things. I didn't hit her, but got pretty fucking close. And she started yelling at me because apparently, when you have fucking lanes, you have lines in the road, that means you automatically have the right of way, and that's going to automatically stop my fucking vehicle. So she's yelling at me. The only reason I know she's yelling is because we're making eye contact, and I'm looking at her like, I don't care. You're the idiot to walk in the middle of the fucking road while cars that weighs, 10, 15 times more than you do, depending on how heavy she was. You're the idiot that did that. She's yelling something. Not only I couldn't hear her, I couldn't even lip read her because she had a fucking mask on, so it didn't even fucking matter what she said. But I'm going back, and I look, and the address is the same as the address that I just picked up from. So I go in and was like, hey guys, you know who this is? No. So now I got a fucking call. And that's a bitch. That's a pain in the ass. Takes a minute to finally get her on the fucking phone. Turns out she's in fucking Santa Ana, also in California. Even farther down. This would have been 2,400 miles round trip. So I had to get that fucking figured out. I never thought I had to deal with that shit twice. I figured while I was out there, and yes, I had plenty of downtime because nobody's ordering shit during Halloween. Ask me how I know. Actually, I think I just told you how I know. And so I had done some looking beforehand. There's one place I think is University Place. That's the other college town that's on the West Coast. So my thought was, particularly if I find a karaoke bar that's out there, as a college town, you'll have younger, tighter asses coming in. I can maybe pull back here. Not that far away. Uber's not going to be that much, or Lyft or whatever you use. Not going to be that much going there. Not going to be that much going back. And look, a lot of places they show you the standard here is, I think, 11 p.m. that you close down. A lot of places were offering, they're ordering. Like the place I was thinking of said they close at 2. Would I've been burned out by that before? But so during my downtime, I call in, hey, I just wanted to confirm your hours. When are you guys closing down tonight? And literally everyone that I could reach, yeah, they close at 11 and last calls at 10:30. So I didn't plan to work a couple hours tonight and then go there and just have a good time. The reason I'm here now is because of that. What the fuck are we going to rush home for? It's kind of the same thing, like talking. I guess this is the same people hours that Nick Shoelander and all the other people were talking about. Apparently, this is the new sane people hours. Oh yeah, we're all going to go to sleep at 11 o'clock or 11:30 once we get home. So I decided, fuck it. I'll work some extra, and it actually paid off. I actually made my minimum today. I didn't expect to do that at all, given how usually dead it is during Halloween. But you know what? Despite that guy saying like, it's the busiest fucking day ever, it wasn't. But it was worth my time going in for the time that I went in. So fine, okay. I don't think I did. You guys know who kevininsales is? Let's talk about kevininsales for once. Now, kevininsales, he happens to be a guy who's he's of my persuasion is color wise, at least from the waist down on my end. It happens to be fully that. But he's what, 8 inches shorter? He's 5'6" or something. He's even shorter than Cappy. Jesus, could you imagine that? He's still taller than NickShoelander.com. But still kind of short there. He's got other things going on, but he had a show that he was doing. I was listening to it on the way in. What was it? Why Men Cheat? And I tune into that. And when I tune into it, he has some guy on who apparently is currently dating some woman who not only is violent towards him, he wants to break up with her, and he knows it's going to get violent if that happens and all that stuff. Black community. Shocker. But she also has, how many kids do you think she has? Take a guess. I'll give you a hint. Not double digits. At least not yet. Don't worry. She still has at least a little bit enough time to do that. Did you guess one? No. That's That's below amateur numbers. So you can already cross 2 and 3 out. You think it's 4? Oh no. Thinking 5? That's kind of risky, right? Maybe that's getting expensive. Would the father even be around for comment as far as that goes? Nope. Well, if you get 6 fucking kids, you win a prize. So that's what this guy had going on, and he's trying to break things off, and he's talking about, I'll wait till the election to break things off, and I know if I try to break things off, it's going to get violent because she's already hit him, like it's already gotten violent as far as her end is concerned. And so usually we would, and like I asked him for the link, and he put it in there, and I went ahead and joined because I had quite a bit to say about this because I have my own experience with this kind of thing. It's literally an ask me how I know story. Talk about that in a moment. But I'm in the fucking queue, and he's not putting me on. And then I asked him, like, well, first of all, I'm on the freeway. I'm on my way to work. What work that I actually felt like doing? And like, why the fuck aren't you putting me on? Yeah, I'm thinking he's doing a monologue or something, which is fine. I understand that. And so I sent a message, and he's like, okay, well, you've been on before, a lot of times, but you need to send some money in to actually join. And he cites other people who have given money, which is fine. I respect the hustle. I get it. I'm like, dude, really? You're going to charge something, even if it's $1. I understand that. You want to put that trim. As far as I know, the reason you put those things out there and the reason I put my stuff out there. And so if you want to donate, you can. But I'm not going to charge you to listen to my content. I'm not going to charge you to join me in a discussion. Again, wide open phones, 253-397-8430. I don't charge for that. That's number one. Number two, I'm calling in to help one of your fucking callers here. Because I have the fucking experience for that. So someone was like, hey, not only that, I sponsor your fucking show. Anybody can't give you $1 or $2, whatever the fuck it is. Actually, I think I'm gonna send them what I'll do with Aaron Clare, send him $5.56 or something. I'll do that with him, and I want to see something for his Cash App because Cash App I'm having trouble with. So I want to do an experiment with that at some point. So I'll probably send him something, and he can go spinning on the beer or whatever. I don't care. We'll probably do that anyway. But like, dude, what the fuck? You're putting a fucking price on like somebody joining your fucking stream? Really? I don't care how big I get. I'm never charging for that shit. You want to join a show, unless there's like a big critical mass, like 1 million people want to join a show. Okay, maybe there have to be a price point there or something. I don't know, but especially now, it's like I'm never doing that. No, whatever. But he puts me on, and he actually has the other guy on, and kind of talk to him about that. I asked him, first of all, does she know where he lives? Yes, and there's a likelihood that she's going to break his windows. Yeah, father restraining report. That's what I couldn't figure out at the time what it was called. You want to have that on paper, like you don't want this person near you legally. So do anything, do everything you can to actually stop that. The second point was, why did you go with this person in the first place? And it was like he didn't have anything else going on. He even said it wasn't just the sex, which obviously that's why he was there. He was bored. He didn't have anything else going on. Now he's a lot of other things going on, and surprise, surprise, she didn't like that. She even was. He wants to make music, and she said, you start making music and going to concerts, like they're gonna break up. Which, by the way, great. There's the fucking door. I even said as much. Lesson there being, you know what? You should always have your own thing going. I even told him, you know what? This YouTube channel, by the way, let alone the website and what I've done with it, no way I would have been able to do what I'm doing now or have met and interacted with the personalities that I've done so with. If I was with either of my exes still, they'd have been doing everything they could to monopolize my time. And he even said as much as far as his end goes. So always have your own thing going on. And if she's okay to go with that, then fine, she can come along. If not, the next one is 15 minutes away, just like the bus. Our guys get it's scary, they think this woman like this, the woman that they're gonna be with, and there's no one better. Trust me, they're being legally certified every fucking day. Trust me. There is a replacement, there is an upgrade. But his specific thing was it was a woman with 6 kids. Reason I called in about that is because I actually had a friend with benefits that also has 6 kids. Enter the Cambodian single mom. I still remember when I met her. I was with my buddy Juan. This was back, when we were going to the nightclubs. I don't remember exactly what happened, but we ended up next to his car. I think he had the Honda Accord that had the Lambo doors on it and the really loud engine, basically. Pretty quick engine, by the way. Loud. And if I remember correctly, she wasn't alone. She was there with her daughter, who also was of legal age to bang. And she talked about that. I ended up getting her number. And long story short, me and her kind of talk back and forth, through text messages, and we ended up talking. And I ended up getting her. She lived in. I lived in Inglewood, So pull out your Google Maps. Closest cross street I could think of for this would be Manchester and Crenshaw. Now, I don't know if it's still there now, but should be a Checkers there, should be a Big Lots, and there's a what do you call a liquor store there. You can get all kinds of off the wall shit that they end up having. I got a thing, what was it, Godiva white chocolate liqueur at some point. Never visit there again. I'm gonna see if they still have that. But she lived way the fuck away. Now, I don't remember how she got there. I think she may have taken the bus or something. But she got there and at this hotel, and it was not that far away from where I was. There was 3 of them. 2 we tried, they were closed. 3rd one we were able to get in. And we get there, just you know, like, do you want to have sex or whatever? It's like, you know, that's the reason I'm here. And she leaves, she comes back. She goes in the bathroom, she comes back, and she's just naked. Now, I'll be honest, she definitely isn't the hottest thing in the fucking market. Definitely has some extra weight to her. Where's easy, but tell you what, as best she could, she made it work. Now, the problem that I had back then, especially back then, maybe it's the problem that the super fappers, the people who are addicted to porn, have. I don't know. I couldn't come with a woman. I couldn't. And now is the case with her. Quick side note, I noticed too late that there was a fucking window, not a window, a mirror on the ceiling. Said it might have helped matters, but it didn't. Later on, a lot of other accounts, there was a place that was close to where she was staying. At some point, she was staying with one of her exes who was helping to raise her children, who did not like the fact that I was banging her, by the way. I think it was off of Avalon and Century, if I remember correctly. You're in it was like 2 hours, but it was 2 hours for $15. Which, if you're renting a room out for 2 hours for $15, you know exactly what the hell is going to go on down there. And that happened a lot. I was like, we were there like every other fucking day. But again, this is a woman that has 6 kids. She's kind of used to taking it. Now, I didn't have a vasectomy back then. So I knew I was firing live rounds. So I was very protective of my reproductive material. But I was also a little bit more risque back then. There were times when the condom broke and I just kept going. And the reason I kept going, it felt good. What can I say? It felt like what it should when you're having sex with somebody. And I also had the experience of having a condom break or whatever, or forgetting to put one on and then remember to put on one later, and the difference that that makes. Again, this goes back to like, I'm not coming with a condom on. Sorry, it ain't happening. There definitely is a difference between banging someone bareback and then putting on, latex. It really is. And just, I don't know how women feel specifically because I'm not a woman. I'm just a guy. But given how this affects women so much more than it does men, they fucking know. They know when a condom breaks and know when you haven't put one on. Just a lesson there. But later on, I have tasted that sweet nectar of bare vagina on my penis, and I want more of it. So what I'm about to say is not something I'm very proud of, but it's just something that I've done. I've had risky sex with this woman. This woman that has 6 kids. 6! I met all of them, by the way. Oh, I still remember. You guys want to hear this? Well, you're going to hear it anyways. She's the first one I actually had where we're doing the sex act. I actually had a natural orgasm with. We spent 3 hours, I think, in her garage. She had a garage and she had an upstairs unit where all her kids were. She had the kids to bed and we would hook up in the garage. We would try to lock it so the kids wouldn't get in. Whatever reason, she wanted to go down on me really good. And she did. She finally did it to the point where I was actually able to finally just kind of release right into her mouth. Only thing that sucked about her, she was not a swallower. She was a spitter. That sucked. But she liked doing it. She did it again. It was back to back, actually. And she even asked me, "You want another one?" I was like, "No, like I can't handle it anymore." Yeah, I remember towards the end, it was before I met Hot Russian X. I was like, I know that feeling. I know that feeling of what it feels like just to do without condom or whatever. And I like that feeling. I really, really do. And so does she. And so there's some of the things that I would do. I didn't buy a condom or anything. I'll be honest, I did that once with Hot Russian X. This is like I came into her a couple times, but it was like she's already on her way out, so she's rejecting my semen basically, and probably accepting someone else's. So I'm trying to get into her, and she's like, where is your condom or whatever. So I tied the condom and I bite the tip off basically, while she's doing whatever she's doing to rev herself up. So I started fucking it, and it eventually breaks because I bit the fucking tip off. And then get that really good feeling, and then I just keep going, I feel like everybody's coming, and I'm not stopping. I come and saw her. I know she fucking knew it was there. She knew. This wasn't the case with the Cambodian single mom. My thing, I was always worried that I might get her pregnant and then I might be on the hook for something. I don't know. She was always just, I don't know what she had coming from the other two guys. There's only two guys, believe it or not. There's only two other guys that she had gotten kids from. She has sex with more than those two guys, but those are the ones she actually got impregnated by. But I was deathly afraid of actually getting her pregnant, even though since she was more reliable, I guess that's the reason why. I was like, I was willing to risk that. Now I was actually getting to the point where, like, this is when I was actually starting to drink more. And I was making some of the more risky decisions that you would, I guess, normally make if you're younger. Now, thank God I wasn't driving or anything. I was biking all the place, but I was making drinks. It was like, by the time we got to the bedroom, I am so fucking hammered that I'm having a hard time seeing straight. And so that would be the excuse for, I don't know, the condom not getting put all the way on or slipping off or whatever. That's what I was doing. And then I was dealing with the aftermath. That's like, hey, I get a message or a call or something. It's like, I missed my period. Are you sure you have the condom on in it? I don't know. And there was like several times where, Jesus Christ, she's older. I know. I even knew at that point, fertility goes down when you get older. Ladies, in case you're wondering. She was 38, 39, something like that. She could be pregnant. Somebody who has 6 kids, I'm going to go out on a wild fucking limb and say they're fucking fertile. So I've gone to that extreme. Like, way more than once. I still remember there was one time where she thought she might be pregnant. And so we go to this other hotel. I can't remember where it was. I think it was in West Covina or something. And her idea was there was one time that her second husband had gotten her pregnant and he found out about it and he took her into the bedroom and he fucked her so hard that she had a miscarriage. And so that's the idea she had with me. Well, that didn't happen. Actually, I take that back. That did happen. It happened another time. There was another time where she thought she was pregnant and we fucked and she wanted me to fuck her really fucking hard and I did. And I don't know whether she was pregnant or not. I don't know. But she wanted me to fuck her this time. And I still remember what ended up happening was we ended up in the 69 position. And for whatever reason, she would usually give me a blowjob and it would be with her right hand. Trust me, she was very good at it. Hence being the first woman to ever give me an actual orgasm with another woman. And that's how she did it. But whenever she used her left hand, like, I just could not control myself for whatever fucking reason. So we're in the 69 position. I'm trying to make her come first. And she switched to her left hand the first time. I kind of warned her, like, you're going to make me blow. And she switched back, but she switched back to her left hand wherever. And it's like, I'm holding on for dear life. Jesus Christ. And yeah, she gets a fucking mouthful. And then she tries going down me, but like, it's not happening. I can't get it up again. So her idea of me trying to bang the baby out of her, not happening. And so now I'm looking, I was like, I haven't shaved. I look fucking haggard this whole time. Like, I haven't smiled in the last 72 hours since I've heard this is going to be, might be a thing. You don't want to have this kid. I don't want to have this kid. And I think what ended up happening, I don't think she was actually pregnant, but she took the, what was it, the chemical abortion or whatever. And this happened more than once. I still remember the last time we had sex. It was during Christmas. There was a Santa crawl that was in LA. And I dressed up in my all red outfit. My idea that I was basically the hot chocolate Santa that was on sabbatical. Because my red outfit was, as it usually was, tank top and shorts. basketball shorts. Even had a couple. I had a chick interested in me. She was like reaching her hand like all the way up into my short legs, and I tried looking for her later, and I couldn't find her. But Cambodian single mom was texting me, and she had a hoodie that I had loaned to her to keep her warm for another adventure I'll talk about some other time. But she was all the way in El Monte. That was about 15 miles away. But I went ahead and booked it there. Her kids were there. They knew I was there because I saw them face to face. Showed them, hey, I was here to get my whatever. And she puts them in the bed. And she takes me to her bed. She says, hey, put on 2 condoms or something. I put on one. And I'll be honest, I flipped the condom. It was like, it's just kind of covering the head of my penis. I'll be honest. Look, and that's how all of us got here. There's a reason to kind of crave just straight up rough sex like that. Straight up unprotected. That's how we got here. It's interesting. I didn't think about any of that at the time. But now looking at it, it's like, of course I wanted that. Of course I did. I want it now. And I got to give her credit. Even after having 6 kids, her pussy is the one that made me, actually come for the first fucking time inside of it. With a condom, no less. But even then, it's like, I want to feel that. I do. That was the one that scared me the fucking most. I had to bike 25 miles back to my place. My brother had a fucking cat, and apparently he got locked into my fucking room, crapped under my bed because the cat was pissed off. I had to kick the shit out of the cat because cat shit really fucking stinks. There's a reason it has fucking kitty litter. I thought it was like she was worried about that, and then there was some other instance where I think she had sex with someone else, and he had AIDS or something, and she had to wait to see if she tested negative, and she did, which is nice. And by that time, I was dating the Hot Russian X, and I had sex with the other white chick that was kind of heavy that got me the job at the flower shop. I can't remember. Daytona, that was her name. But yeah, I still remember those days where, I don't know. This chick, she has 6 kids, and am I going to be delivering her kid number 7? Keep in mind, every time, there was like a busted condom or something, that happened way more than once. I did remember, like, I knew I was getting close, but I pulled out. But there's always that thought, was like, what if I didn't do it in enough time? You know? It's like, what if if I have to get involved with her, like, way more than I think. Again, most of our eggs probably gone, but you never know. It could still happen. And especially back then, you don't even think about that. You don't know. You just know this kind of a harlot is like, okay, between what, 12 to 45, 46, a woman is fertile. She's 38 to 40, wherever it was. You don't even think about, those eggs being front loaded. So it could still happen. And so that was the thing that was terrifying to me. It was like, this slump, not even slump bus, but my regular go to, the woman who's like calling me every other day, if not every day or every night or whatever, to come spend 2 hours with her in this hotel or her apartment or her rental, whatever. I can't handle giving her her seventh kid, and then now I'm really tied to her. In a situation I, every way, shape, or form, don't want to be. No, no, I don't fucking want that. And now I'm starting on a lot of fucking points. There were times I thought she actually was fucking pregnant. Thank God she wasn't. But it almost came to that. Thank God it didn't. I mean, you want to talk about real life horrors? Get someone pregnant that you don't want to get pregnant. That's one way to do it. And then deal with the fucking aftermath. You have fun with that. You know what? I'd rather have gonorrhea or chlamydia or one of those fucking diseases. That's a real life fucking horror too. But you know what? There's a cure for that. There's a vaccine for that. You can get treated for that and have that done within a fucking week. Ask me how I know. Actually, I'll tell you how I know. Bowl of Chaos fucking messaged me. And this is after, this is well after I ended up having sex with the slump buster that was the 50-year-old lesbian. At least a lesbian in her 50s at least. Who pulled the condom off while I was having sex with her. I'm pretty sure that's who I got it from. But she got it, and she got the pills from her tribe or whatever that cures that shit and takes a week and all that stuff. I would rather deal with that because at least then there's a cure. There's no cure for having a kid. If the kid, woman gets pregnant and she wants to carry to term, the kid's going to be there. Only cure for that is acute lead poisoning. And I don't know about you, that's kind of fucking evil. I even don't want to do that. So yeah, having a kid you don't want to have with somebody that you don't want to be with long term, I can't think of anything worse than being stuck with that obligation. So there's your horror story. Think being werewolves and vampires and all that shit. Yeah, deal with the woman that has a kid that you fucked up and you came inside of her and it caught an egg and she brought the kid to term. And now you're on the fucking hook for it. And she's being a total bitch about it. Which this woman, I don't think she would even be a total bitch about it. I don't even know if her two husbands were paying for the kids. I think it was just the state. She was just on benefits. I still remember her like getting me all kinds of meals and stuff because through her EBT card. I still remember that. I don't remember if she was still getting anything from any child support. I'm sure she was. This is in California, so pretty sure that was the case. Even if she didn't want to do it, but would you even want to be in that situation to begin with? I don't know about you, but I certainly fucking wouldn't. That's if I could think of a nightmare scenario, that'd be it. And there you go. There's Halloween. You can talk about the old school horrors and all this stuff. Your vampires, your zombies, your ghosts, all that stuff. Yeah, that's nice. I do a real life horrors. Oh, the test results came back positive. Real life horror. Oh, seems like she's pregnant. Real life horror. You got let go from your job. Real life horror. Looks like your basement got flooded. Real life horror. Just saying. You want to live real life horror? Those are them. Just saying. I'm out. I need to get some sleep. Until next time. Take care. Stay free. Stay ready, actually. And above all else, be chaos, my friends.